2022. Imagine a world where every naira meant for fuel subsidies is redirected into our education, healthcare, and public infrastructure. Why hold on to old policies that hold us back, damage our environment, and widen the gap between us? Today, I, Azima Fulani, along with my supporting speaker, Adam Kolodu, challenge the notion which states that fuel subsidies should be returned to alleviate the present economic hardship in Nigeria. Firstly, do you know that Nigeria actually budgets over 1.5 trillion naira for fuel subsidies every year? You would think Nigeria that can afford this will actually have standard education, but that is the case. Nigeria cannot meet up with the standard UNESCO rules that every developing country must set up 20% of its annual budget on education. Secondly, economic inefficiency. Subsidizing fuel actually leads to overconsumption of fuel, which distorts market prices and leads to inefficiency in market resources allocation. In 2012, Nigeria actually lent over $1.6 billion to finance projects, including fuel subsidy. If you are not convinced, listen to my third point, which is environmental impacts. Subsidizing fuel actually leads to overconsumption of fossil fuels, which are major contributors to air pollution right here in Nigeria. Eliminating these subsidies will be the first step Nigeria government has made to promote a clean and greener Nigeria. It's just like watering a garden with a leaky hose. It might seem helpful, but it's just wasting resources. Nigeria government has made that first step into greener Nigeria. So I can feel already resonating with me, already feeling why methods should not be returned. So let me just put the icing on the cake with my last compelling evidence, which is fiscal responsibilities. Subsidizing fuel actually leads to overconsumption of fuel, which strains government budget faster than a leaky boat in the sea. By diverting funds away from the education sector, health sector, and infrastructural development. So, phasing out this first of these days, we ensure that you get quality tax, your taxpayer money is actually put in good use, and ensure long-term benefit for all of us in Nigeria. So, in essence, I hope I'll be able to persuade you, not perplex you, on why the first of this should not be done to alleviate economic hardship in Nigeria.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In addition to what my chief speaker said, I would like to add some extraordinary points and counter what the supporting team has said earlier. First of all, if first subsidy is not removed, it will lead to an increase in government deficits, which is like an increase in government burden, which means that each year, instead of government should be looking for a way to increase their revenue, to increase the infrastructural development in Nigeria, they have to be looking for a way, how are we going to curb the deficits caused by this the fuel subsidy in Nigeria. It was noted, according to statistics, that in Nigeria, fuel subsidy took an amount of 1.68 trillion from the Nigerian revenue each year, which means that a total of 13.8 trillion revenue. Fuel subsidy is going to take 1.68 trillion revenue, which is overdue. Which means that each year, if Nigeria is going to be repaying the deficit, it's going to be a very, very huge amount of money. Another point of mine is that if fuel subsidy is removed, the money from fuel subsidy is going to be used in the direction of infrastructure, which means that there are going to be more roads, infrastructural amenities will be created, more schools will be built, hospitals and NGOs will be created for so many people. Because one of the main reasons in Nigeria is poverty, and it's going to reduce the rate at which poverty is increasing. And I know my chief speaker also wants to say that the main reason why fuel subsidy was implemented was for the government, for the Nigerian government to embezzle the money. One of the reasons that the money gained from fuel subsidy in Nigeria, according to President Muhammad Tinubu, is not actually used by the federal government. It is redistributed among the state governments to make infrastructural amenities and so on in the country. Now, note that in Lagos, as we have been noticing, that Lagos has been a very developing country. Part of the money developing states, part of the money used in developing Lagos is the money used from fuel subsidy, which means that if fuel subsidy is not removed, the money used for improving Lagos is going to be reducing, and other states. Another last point of mine is that if fuel subsidy is removed, it's going to allow more flow of income in Nigeria. Because the money used in fuel subsidy is going to be used in so many other areas, which is going to improve Nigeria. As we know, Nigeria is a developing country. It is neither underdeveloping nor developed. It is still developing, which means that Nigeria needs revenue income to make sure that to make sure that the implementation of amenities is made in Nigeria. I hope with the super point, I believe with the super points that me and my chief speaker made has convinced you that fuel subsidies should not be removed or returned to alleviate the current economic hardship in Nigeria. Assalamu alaikum.